Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Serving Johnson County, Texas. Joco Community Radio.
Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Lord, I didn't power through the struggle just to let a little trouble knock me out of my position and interrupt the vision after everything I witnessed, after all of these decisions, all these miles, feet, inches.
Absolutely love that song. So really quick, hi. Thank you guys for coming on to Real Estate Reality. This is your host, Diana Roberts with EXP, the Cliff Freeman Group. I just wanted to also say really quick before I get started, thank you High and Tight Roofing and Seaview Inspections for sponsoring my Real Estate Reality show. You guys are awesome. They are great. And I'll give you guys some more insight and info on them a little bit later in the show. So today I wanted to talk about continued education. All right. And I laugh about this because, okay, here's something that I have experienced and continued to experience, except for this year. I actually did not do too bad. Continued education is very important for when you are a real estate agent and you have a license. There are a lot of different reasons why, but the first thing that I want to address is if you are an agent and you're listening right now, it's so important to make sure you do that early instead of wait last minute. So I know the last couple of years in real estate has been kind of different, right? I mean, there's been some things that were happening. For one, the COVID rates. There's been a lot of shifts, right? And so I know your time has been probably looked at differently, especially the last year. Last year, or was it 2 years? I think it was, it was during the COVID. I was so jam-packed. Whoa, guys, it was crazy, right? I know that there are some of you listening that you were like, yes, it was so crazy. It was a lot. There was so much going on, so busy. I was so late in getting my real estate license renewed, like my CE classes. So actually, no, I take that back. It was my first Okay, I just remembered when it was. It was my first year, and it was my SAE that you have to get. So after your first year of being in real estate, you have to have 30-hour real estate. Wait, no, you have to have more than that. I'm sorry. You have to have 270 qualifying real estate course hours. Okay. That's your sales or apprentice education requirements for your first time renewal. So that first year after you're a real estate agent, this is crucial and you have to do it. That's 270 qualifying real estate course hours. Okay. Whoa. So I didn't know when I first started that it was that many hours that I would have to accomplish. So, and I did not start it early enough in order to make sure that I was getting it done. Plus, the course that I used or the school that I used in order to get my SAE really didn't help out with that very much. And that's a whole different story. I won't go into that. It obvious from what I have understood, it has not been great for some people, but some people have enjoyed that one. So I'm not really going to talk negatively about it by no means. But this is so crucial and important. Okay. You have to either do principles of real estate, law of agency, law of contract, promulgated contract forms, real estate finance, real estate brokerage, real estate appraisal, real estate law, real estate marketing, real estate mathematics, management, and estate investments. Any of those is something that you really need to just go to one of the schools. And there are accredited schools. If you go to the TREC website, Texas Real Estate Commission, if you go to that website, it will give you under renew license all of what you need to accomplish and the schools that you should attend in order to do so. So, again, in order to have that SAE, 4 hours of that has to be legal update one and 4 hours of Trek legal update two to renew your license as well. So just make sure you have those two done. And if you're still continuing education, let me just give you guys some tidbits on what my experience has been in this. So there are so many ways that we can get our CE taken care of. One of which is make sure you have a relationship with your title companies. A lot of the title companies provide sometimes even free CE classes that will go towards your hours that it's needed. And sometimes they have it to where it costs about the same amount that a school would cost, but you get to go sit and I'm gonna tell you right now, I feel like the title companies, they do such a great job with that, and it's actually a lot more interactive. You're sitting there, they provide food. It's a better experience than just paying for all of it throughout these schools. So find as many of those resources as possible if you are in fact needing to do that. Continued education is very crucial and important to agents for a couple of different reasons. For one, you're continuing to learn what you're doing, what your career is, right? You're continuing to get refreshers or even new stuff that's happened that changes and you're able to continue doing your job effectively, right? Like we need to be able to be educated in what we're doing because we're working with people. There's a lot of legality that happens within our business and we need to be able to be understanding and know about what we're doing and what we're continuing to do, right? Those forms that we're continuing to use, they get changed. Things get adjusted and they get changed, and when they get changed, when you have to know how to utilize that effectively and not get in any kind of legal trouble, right? So continuing education is extremely important. Okay, so an active agent license renewal requirements, that is complete 18 hours of approved continuing education courses, 8 hours of Trek Legal 1 and 2 update, their legal update, 1 and 2, 3 hours of contract related coursework, 7 hours of elective CE. So you have to complete you can complete the 6-hour broker responsibility course as part of your 18 hours of CE if you have been made a supervisor. Well, you have to. You need to complete that if you have been made a supervisor by your broker. Okay. Very important information right there as well. You would have to pay a $200 CE deferral fee or renew an inactive status if Trek records do not reflect completion of your CE requirements at the time you submit your renewal application. That is very important. So let's go back to when Diana first started and I had to do my CAE. Uh, I waited too long. Like I said, I didn't realize it was going to be that many hours. I didn't realize that I wasn't going to be able to get it done pretty quickly. It did take me quite a bit. And again, I had some trouble with who I chose to work with on that. And so that $200 that comes out of your paycheck, man, or lady, sorry. That comes out of your paycheck. And that's important to know, right? If you complete the CE more than 60 days after your license expiration date, you will be subject to an additional late reporting fee of 250. Man, I was able to get that waived, and I'm just telling on myself. I was able to get that waived because of, again, the where I went, and they were also agreeing with, all of the problems and things that arose while I was taking that course with that said person, or set schooling. And again, I'm not going to go cover who that was because it works for some people. Some people I've heard that it worked for. It just, for some reason or another, it wasn't working for me well. So to renew your license, if for those of you that are new agents, you need to go to the Trek website and you need to submit an application to renew your license. And you need to make sure you're keeping tabs on that. So make sure you know when you need to be able to do your renewal. Make sure you're doing it months in advance. And again, utilize the title. Utilize title, because title, they are amazing at putting those all together for you and allowing you to have it in just a way better way. Uh, I mean, it's just an experience. Let me put it that way. It's a way better experience. And again, if I sound a little off today, it is only because I am super tired. I did, in fact, go to I went to the Metallica concert last night. It was a blast. I had so much fun. And but I am a little tired today. When you stay out too late, that's what happens, right? So, continue education. One of the things that I really appreciate from it is just the knowledge that you didn't know, like some of those classes that I was talking about. So, for instance, one of the ones that I really appreciated was, let me see if I can find it really quick. It was the real estate finance. Real estate finance is a really good one. So it talks about the monetary system, the primary and secondary money markets, sources of mortgage loans, federal government programs, loan applications, processes and procedures, closing costs, alternative financial instruments, Equal Credit Opportunity Acts, Community Reinvestment Act, the state and state housing agency. Sorry. So what I felt was really important was the state housing agency. Just learning more about that and having better understanding of it was huge, especially right now in today's market. So if you haven't taken that one, I highly suggest it. That's a great one to focus on and to use as one of the courses that are needed. Your electives, man, real estate appraisal is really good. It includes like the central purposes and functions of an appraisal, social and economic detriment of value or determinant of value. I can't read this morning either. Appraisal, case studies, cost, market data, and income approaches of value estimates, final uh, correlations, and reporting. That is also very crucial and important in our real estate business to understand that. Now, let me go back to the finance one. We need to stay in our lane still. If you're an agent, you're not a lender, you're not a broker or a banker. So you need to understand that you still need to stay in your lane, but being understanding and being educated in it is very important and crucial. I feel still, because you need to be able to understand it, right? Because we have questions that arise with our clients, and we need to be able to direct them in the right place. Again, stay in your lane, so send them off to the lender. But at the same token, if you can give them anything to kind of put them at ease if they need that, you have that information and you're educated in it, right? So, a real estate market is also a very good one as well. I personally love using the market in order to. You need to know what's going on in the market. If you're doing real estate, you need to know what's going on a daily basis. Because if you have any listings that are listed, you need to be able to understand, okay, this house is probably going to be on the market for set days, right? And you need to be able to accommodate for that and continue to work even harder within this market. Absolutely. There is that, right? Real estate, mathematics. I think, of course, you need to be able to know math. You need to be able to know percentages, interest, time value, money, depreciation, amortization is very huge, right? We need to know about that. Proration and estimated of closing statements. You need to know how to read those. You need to know how to explain those without, without getting in any kind of, I'm not an attorney. I'm not the title company. Again, we want to stay in our lane. So make sure to do that as well. However, being educated in it is awesome and it helps you be a better real estate agent. And what's my motto? I say it in my last show, be the best version of yourself always, even in your place of business, right? If you want to be the best version of yourself, you've got to be that in everything and every day. And that includes work in your business, job, whatever that it is that you are doing in your daily life or routine. In order to do that, you've got to be educated, right? So, and if we're not learning, we're not living. I agree with that too. Real estate investments, that one is a really good one. Let me tell you why. Because you want to understand the techniques of investment and the analysts that they use, the time valued money, the discounted and non discounted investment criteria. You want to understand that. You want to know the leverage, the tax shelters, the depreciation, and the applications of property tax. That's huge, right? So we really should be understanding that. And if you want, continue to read up on it, continue to educate yourself on it, and continue to take these classes. Like that's huge. We need to be the best for our clients. And in order to do so, again, we have to be educated in these things in order to do so. Residential inspection for real estate agents. That one's really good too. So basically what that goes over is the property condition addendum, inspector and client agreement, tools and procedures, electromechanical systems like plumbing, heating, air conditioning, appliances, energy saving considerations. That's huge. If you can walk through a house and point out the energy saving considerations that were done to that property, that is huge, huge. And it looks so great when you're walking that house with a buyer and you're able to point these out. But again, make sure you stay in your lane. If you don't know, don't talk about it, right? And structures. That is also important. Lot and landscape, roofs, chimney, gutters, paved areas, walls, windows, and doors, insect damage, and storage areas. To know some insect damage, like that's pretty huge too. If you don't know what insect it was, don't tell the client or the potential buyer, right? Don't disclose that if you don't know it. Uh, and that's not one of the fake it till you make it moments. I am just gonna say, if you don't know, don't talk about it, right? That's a big thing. Learn about it before you talk about it. So that these are a lot of the reasons why I feel the CE classes are so important because you are learning, you are continuing to grow in your business. And it's like this, right? People in those that are working in a commercial uh, building, right? Or they work for the man, whatnot. They have board meetings where they're continuously learning about how to grow their business, right? How to have their people do the things that needs to be done in order for it to be effective and for them to stay in business. So we need to be able to do the same. And continued education is just one of those things that is 100% and absolutely needed. So make sure you're continuing your education 100% and keep going and keep going. Oh gosh, I thought I heard music. Sorry, my bad. So, one of the other things that I wanted to also address in that is the schools that you can go to in order to get that done and have that accomplished as well. Sorry, I lost my page where so I've heard a lot about Champions. Champions seems to be like one of the number one, and you can also actually attend there. So that's huge if you don't want to, utilize the title companies in order to get your education completed. So make sure to check into that if that's something that you want to do. Now, again, I always searched prices. The one that I did was Fast Track. I really actually liked it. Fast Track was really awesome. So you're timed. Now I wasn't in agreement with the timer. I was like, "Okay, this is supposed to be 4 hours. It took me 6 hours sometimes," or some of them did. It felt like 6 hours. Maybe it wasn't exactly 6 hours. I might be exaggerating. However, man, it was crazy because I didn't understand that. I'm like, "Okay, I've already read through this. Why am I still here? Why am I still waiting for this timer?" Again, you have to finish those. That timer has to go before you can move on. But I really enjoyed taking that one. That one was one of my favorites. Um, so one of the things, let's see, what was that? What was the other one? I liked Fast Track. Where did it go? I lost my page, guys. I apologize. What is going on here? Okay, let me put it. I'll just put it in. I might have accidentally closed out of it and I didn't realize I did. Okay. So again, finding the right school, finding, how much you want to pay for it, and even your association, the realtor association that you're associated with, they will also be able to accommodate you on that too. Always check their calendar. Sometimes they have some really good ones that you don't think of or you would like to possibly attend. And so and I'll pull some of those up too just so I can share with you the association that I'm with. They have some great classes and courses. I actually did attend a couple of theirs as well just to get a lot of it done, right? Um, and, I'm with Louisville. That's what I was trying to figure out, GLAR. There we go. Okay, so that one of the things that I really liked about the classes, and I'm gonna find it because I wanna share that one with you. That was a really good class. Okay, pull it up. There we go. Thank you. My laptop's moving really slow. Okay, so if you go to their education page, they should have an education page on all of the associations. Again, I'm with the Louisville Association of Realtors. I really like it. So they have the real estate brokerage, the property management. Is that the one I took? The forms you need to know. The forms you need to know, that was a good one. Psychology of sales and negotiation. Wow, okay, so there's also a book too. The book is, and I'm gonna pull that up too because I really actually love that book and they have it on Audible. It was given to me by a lender, a friend of mine whom I adore. He's such a great person. But it's Never Split the Difference. So, Never Split the Difference is a really great book. It's by Chris Voss. It's negotiating as if your life depended on it. So, he used to be a former FBI negotiator and he wrote this book after he got into sales, after he left that position, right? He went into sales and such a great book. But man, if you can learn the psychology and of sales, right? And negotiation, just think about how much you can utilize that and take that and make your business even grow even more, right? Just in understanding that. So again, these are some great opportunities that they have for you, even with your association. There's so many different outlets that you can utilize in order to get your CE courses done. So just make sure you're really getting out there and figuring out all of them and taking them all. Like again, I did a couple of my CE through the association, and then I also did fast track to get my recent CE classes done, and I renewed my license on time. And I was also, which is so great. This is the first year that I've done this. I had my application, everything was done before my time was up, way well before. I was so proud of myself. So again, don't wait last minute. I know a lot of us do. I talked to a lot of agents. I asked a lot of agents and they all agreed with me that they also took their time and they waited too long a lot of times and then they have to rush through it. And that can hurt your business, right? Because that kind of puts you in a standstill with maybe say some of your listings because you're trying to get those CE classes all crammed them at one time. So now you're losing business. And just keep that in mind. I learned that the hard way of my first year. Okay, I think I have a question. Do you teach classes or have a course where I could learn from your experiences? Well, so really, my radio show right now, I do give out a lot of information on the radio show. I'm going to tell you right now who helped me. If you're trying to get into real estate right now, or you're going to school to be a realtor, the best thing that you can do is Prep Agent Joe. He's on YouTube. He even has his own website that you can go to and you can purchase his coursework. It gets you ready and prepared for that big exam for both of them. So that's how I was able to pass. I found Prep Agent Joe. Luckily, I ended up finding him, and he is just phenomenal. Such a great guy, so fun. He really puts it in perspective of life experiences. So I think that's huge right there, right? Um, I would highly suggest looking for him on YouTube. He's on Facebook even. He's on Facebook, YouTube. He has his own website, and it's Prep Agent Joe. And he wears like the fedora it's so cute. He's fun. He's fun to watch. And he's got a great team of people that assist him and help him. Flashcards. I mean, there's so many amazing tools that he has on his website, and it's affordable. It's so affordable. In fact, hold up. Let me pull him up because I still have him. So, and after you have purchased his coursework, what's so cool is he sends you an email of a question. You can put in there that you want that, and he sends in an email of a question that could be on your test. It's so cool. Just to like a friendly reminder. So I still get those just to remind me of like, wait, you know what? I really need to know that still, even though I've been doing this for a while and I already forgot the answer to that. So man, I might want to like look that up. So I do. I go in there and I'm checking it back out again. It's great. He's great. So, okay, prepagent.com is where you go to in order to find him. He has a 12-month course, a 3-month, and a 1-month. I believe I did the 1 month, and honestly, that worked for me. 3 months is the most popular. So, or did I do 3 months? I did 3 months. I take that back. 3 months, it's $99. I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad, right? So, and all the things that you're getting the national and state specific questions. So, thousands of questions, clear and explanations updated for 2023. Huge, right? 100% no risk, money back guarantee is what they also provide you. Over 75 real estate exam prep videos, which were awesome. Those videos saved me and helped me better understand what I was getting into, how to be a great realtor in my knowledge base of what real estate is and how like the legality parts of it, the contracts, the terminology, all of that was huge. And that's why I love that I still get his emails because again, that terminology, sometimes while you're doing it and you're just going through it, you stop using some of the terminology that could be crucial or important, make you sound like you know what you're doing. But again, you don't want to get too crazy, right? You get too crazy, you got to keep it simple. But anyway, online interactive flashcards, they have that, which is great. They have the exam prep ebook. That was awesome as well. Hours of audio lessons, loved his lessons and the audios. Interactive vocabulary worksheets, those were great, helped me so much. Those tests too, the questions that they give you and those little tests with the flashcards was great. Hundreds of hours of recorded webinars, live online webinars. So again, that's prepagent.com. You're going to go to that and you will be able to pass your test. Like you want to pass your test, that's where you go. Okay. 100% that's where you go. And he's so fun to watch. And like I said, you can even go to his YouTube. He does have some free YouTube ones too on there. So I watched a lot of his free YouTubes, but then I just finally was like, okay, I need to get in his course. I just need to know what's going on. I need his course. So I went ahead and paid for it. All right, we are about to go to a quick break, but I will be back to talk to you more about some of the different schools that you can also utilize in order to get your continued education. All right, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Serving Johnson County, Texas. Joco Community Radio.
Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Lord, I didn't power through the struggle just to let a little trouble knock me out of my position and interrupt the vision. After everything I witnessed, after all of these decisions, all these miles, feet, inches, they can't add up to the distance that
Thank you for staying tuned. This is Diana Roberts with EXP, the Cliff Freeman Group, your realtor here in Johnson County. I wanted to tell you guys about some amazing guys, so emergencies, they can happen. And when it comes to your roof, time is of the essence. Whether it's a leak, a storm, or an insurance claim, the High and Tight Roofing team provides top-notch roofing services that guarantee your peace of mind. They understand how important your home is to you, which is why they always go the extra mile to ensure your roofing needs are met with precision and care. Give them a call at 682-444-1399. Again, that's 682-444-1399. Let's do it right. Choose High and Tight for all your roofing needs. And it is a veteran-owned business too, by the way, for those of you that don't know that. Z-View Inspections. Are you in the process of buying or selling a home? Be sure you have all the information you need with a professional home inspection from Z-View Inspections. Their team of licensed and certified inspectors provide comprehensive and thorough inspections that leave no stone unturned. We understand that buying or selling a home can be a stressful process, which is why we make it our mission to provide you with a peace of mind you deserve. Don't take any chances when it comes to your home. Trust the experts at Z-View Inspections to provide you with the information you need to make an informed decision. Inspect before you invest with Z-View Inspections. Contact them today at 682-587-9651. Again, that's 682-587-9651 to schedule your inspection. Evenings and short notice are available, which is great if you're an agent and you need them, because sometimes we need them quickly. We're like, wait, I need you right now. So I really appreciate my sponsors. Those are my sponsors and I love them for it. Thank you so much. They're awesome guys. So again, if you need any of their services, please make sure to reach out to them. Their contact information is listed while watching this show. So there you go. All right. So some other things we were going to talk about is, some schools that you can attend if, these are all the different things that you're going to need, right? And then, after I talk about this, I want to talk about picking a broker. That's important too. The questions to ask. So Burleson has a real estate class, a pre-licensing class. It's called the CE Shop. They're not my 100% favorite, but some people like them. Some people do not. I did not, yeah, that would not be my first choice, really. I'm just gonna let you know. The other one that I really liked was, where is it? I did Allied. They're based out of California, but wow, they were really good. The way to go through their courses, it may have taken me longer than most. However, I appreciated that because I actually got educated. Like, I really understood the legality parts of it, and I feel like when I came into real estate, I knew what I was, I felt like I was gonna be able to get this done without getting myself in any kind of trouble. So, again, champions, I would say champions and fast track, I feel would be my top choices if I was going to recommend any schools, or Allied. Again, Allied schools, it is real estate courses, again, out of California. However, they have it to where it's for Texas too. So you can choose Texas. So that's awesome. Make sure to really dig into all of these different schools and figure out which one is going to be the best one for you. But again, those are kind of some of the recommendations that I have. Now, some questions that are great for you to ask the broker. Now, if you do go to the prep agent Joe, for one, he has something in there that gives you what to ask for I don't think I have that saved in here. So I'm putting this in really quick. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. uh okay. Sorry, I should have already had this pulled up, but I kind of thought about this while I was talking about this. For those of you that are new, I'd rather you guys have the information that you need, right, to get you started, because coming into real estate is definitely it can be a challenge. It can absolutely be a challenge, and there's a lot to it. There is a lot, 100%, so much that you need to understand, you need to be able to accommodate, you need to be able to do. Personality is a lot of it. Having the right personality to be able to work with people is huge. You have to really care and really want to help these people. And so if you have that kind of mindset, I feel like you're going to do great in the business. And there's other key things too. Knowing who you are, I feel, is huge. Knowing your strengths and what you're not so strong in, and building a team to help provide some of those strengths is huge. That's what my next mission is, to be honest. So one of the questions that you want to ask, here are some of the questions you want to ask when you've finished schooling and you're ready to pick a broker. Okay. And actually, you can start interviewing some of these brokerages already. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me too. In regards to I'm with EXP. I absolutely love it. I'm not going anywhere. So, but everybody, you have to be where you fit, where you're going to be a good, they compliment you and you compliment them, I feel. So, the financial questions that you need to ask is, what are your commission splits? Does the broker get 40% and you take 60% of the commission earned? What does that look like? What do you want it to look like, right? Also, know the commission split is really something you want to know, but let me tell you, it's not the most important aspect of it, because when you're first starting, you really want to build your education and you want to be with those that are continuing to educate you on how to do your job effectively and how to grow your business. So you want to look at that too. I wouldn't focus too much on the commission splits. You do want to know their franchise fees. Franchise fees, though, like if they're a big brokerage, they're going to have franchise fees. Typically, they'll charge anywhere from 3% to 8% of a franchise fee. And that's taking away from your paycheck. That's taking away from what you're working for. But again, it's because they're a franchise. It's because they're such a big brokerage that you're helping them pay for them to have that office space that you're utilizing in order to work your business. So that's huge, right? Do you offer a commission cap? These are also very important. A commission cap is the maximum amount of commission that the brokerage will keep each year. For example, if the cap is like 20,000 and you generate 200,000 in gross commission, you will net you'll net 180,000, right? If an agent cap is not offered and you are on a 60-40 commission split, then 80,000 would go to the broker and you would net 120,000. So if you see the difference in that amount, right? I got tongue tied there, didn't I? So if you see the difference in that amount, that's huge. You want to make sure you know what you're getting, right? Are there any other brokerage related fees? So some of the other fees that you could see is office fee. Typically, you will have an office fee if you're going to office with that brokerage. There are some brokerages where you can office at home. Again, you're not really to be micromanaged. You need to really be able to micromanage yourself when you go into this business. So if you can't micromanage yourself, this may not be the business for you. Monthly MLS fee, that is something you definitely have to know that you have to have. Unless you work for a broker that provides you their MLS, which there are some that do that, and there's a lot to that. If you have any questions on that, ask me later. Errors and omissions insurance is your E&O, right? That is very important. You want that. That's keeping you and your broker, taken care of if any legality stuff happens and pops up. You need that. You need that insurance. Education fee, often charged for the new license course they offer. You can get charged that. Startup fee, typically a lot of them do have a startup fee, and desk fees. Desk fees are so that's going to be your CRM, which is right what you're going to be utilizing to keep track of all of your clients. You're putting all your client information in there. Any new leads are going to pop up in there, and that is usually typically provided by the broker. If it's not, you pay for it out of your own expenses. What other expenses might I be responsible for? Lock boxes. Absolutely lock boxes. That is a big one. Your Supra, the Supra is the one. So you got to think about it this way. If you have a listing and the people are living, that those your sellers and their seller and their family are living in that property, you have to have a Supra on there legally because that protects them. A lockbox cannot protect them from somebody breaking into their home and getting that key. So you have to think about that. Signage, you have to buy your own signage a lot of times. So a lot of times when you first get started, there are some brokers that will help you in getting one or two or whatnot. And so there is that. And business cards, they will also kind of front your first however many business cards to get you started as well. Realtor designation, usually $400 plus per year. Okay. So if you needed that realtor designation, that's going to be another expense. Website hosting and IDL or IDX MLS feed. That is again, typically a lot of the brokers, you want to know if am I going to be paying for my own website or do I get a website through you guys, and do you want your own website, right? Because you got to brand yourself. So you got to really think about these things and what you want to do. Broker benefits and offering. So do you offer any of the following? So again, some of them do accommodate you with business cards, signage, and lock boxes, standalone website or page on the broker's website. They can provide you with that. Are home buyer or home seller leads provided, right? Are they going to provide some of those leads to you, or do you have to pay for those for yourself? Which that will be on a whole nother show. We'll talk about maybe next show. We'll talk about the leads, the lead generations, and things like that, and how to get clients. How are they distributed among the agents? You want to know how those leads are being distributed because are you going to be benefiting from it or is it not even going to work for you, right? Is there a referral fee or upfront charge? How many leads can I expect each week or month? That is a key one. So if you're listening, take notes. Are the leads websites registrations or are they actually inquiring about a specific property? You want to know how those leads are they leads that are actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. I can't remember. Okay. There is a word I was looking for and it's not popping up on my brain, but the leads, you want to make sure that they are being vetted. Yes. That they've already had somebody that talked to them and they're real leads, right? They're actually going to benefit you and they're not just somebody put something in there, anything, and it's not even going to be a lead that is worth calling, or it could be a kid. I mean, you got to make sure you know what you're dealing with when it comes to leads. And again, we'll have another show on that where I can touch more on that and maybe remember the word I was looking for. I think it was vetted though. Closing coordinator. Do they have a closing coordinator? Technology support team. continuing education classes, like, do they have that 4 CE credits? And again, a lot of brokerages, they will do that too. Like, I know EXP, they also provide that. So that's something to know as well. E-signature tools like DocuSign, Dotloop, etc. Do they provide you that, or do you have to pay for that out of pocket? And if you have any questions about that, please reach out to me too, because I can actually help you with that. There is another way other than using DocuSign or Dotloop now. They might be better, possibly. I don't know. I I've been doing fine with what I've got and what I'm working with. So for the most part, paid at closing option, right? So are you going to get paid at closing? Or is it gonna be, like, a couple of days or a couple of weeks after that? Like, where does my money go after I have a closing? You need to know that. Customer relationship managements, like, that's your CRM, right? That's what I was talking about earlier. That's the system that you wanna use in order to keep up and continue talking to your previous clients as best as possible. Discounts with local vendors, definitely wanna keep up with that. And, marketing resources, try to get lots of details about what is available with your marketing. Absolutely, because marketing like that can get really expensive and pricey. You need to know how to market and what to market. That's why one of those CE classes that I was talking about earlier is really a good one to actually take and take a couple of those, honestly, because each marketing class that you're going to take that's a continuing education, honestly, they give you different stuff for each one, I feel. So definitely go ahead and take that more than just once. It's just for you and and to benefit you, really. Clerical or administrative support, that one's really important too. If you're in a position where you need to get some kind of document taken care of, like ASAP, it's nice to know that you have somebody that you can be like, a coordinator that you can contact and say, "Hey, I need this form done. Da 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 da. Can you get in there and get this done for me?" And they'll help you out. All right. So there are people that are there for you on that. So you need to know about that. Education and support. So the types of classes that are offered, you need to know about that too. What is the broker providing you in teaching you how to grow your business and do your business effectively in earning more business, right? Referral business even. You need to know about that. Are the classes in person or are they all online? I prefer online personally, but again, if you're going to take any continued education, I like going through the title companies because you get food and it's fun and you get to be around other agents and you get to know some of the other agents in your area. Which, if you are coming into this, let me give you a little bit of advice because that really touches on something that I really want to speak about really quick. All of us are here. There's all enough work for everybody. Don't look at it as, oh, there's so many agents. I'm competing against all these agents that have been doing it for a long time. That does not matter. It matters what you're doing and how you're doing it, right? How are you working your business? And people that are coming in front of you, are you telling them about your business? You know, it's so there have been times where I've gone to places and I have ran into other agents and I've watched them and observed them and I haven't seen them talk about their business. Or maybe I didn't hear it. I may not have heard it. However, when you're out and about, that is the prime time to talk about your business. So just know that you can go to different places that other agents have gone or may not have gone to, and you have that opportunity to meet some people that could be potential clients. So again, there's business for everybody. So get to know each other, become friends with one another, grow with one another, understand that get to ask them questions. How is your business succeeding? What are you doing in your business that makes it continue to grow and you continue to gain more clients? What are you doing that's effective? Ask these questions for these other agents, especially if you're a new agent. And if they're not answering you, move on to the next agent that will. I shouldn't have laughed at that. I apologize. I'm just saying I laugh because I feel like, everybody's different. And I understand that there's some of those agents that are out there and they're really just, hey, I'm very structured. I'm all about, me making me happy, getting my stuff done, which fine. That's fine. That's how you run your business. However, I'm one of the agents that I want to help. I want to help other agents. I want them to grow. I want to see them grow. And if something that I'm doing is working for me, I want to be able to share that with them. And it may not work for them, but it could be something that gives them an idea where they can make it into their own idea that makes them grow even more, right? So, I mean, I feel like we should all just be there for one another and help each other because this can be a very stressful job. Absolutely can. Who can I contact if I have any questions about a contract? You need to know who you need to call. And even if they're available after 5 p.m., if it's an urgent issue, you need to have somebody that you can contact when you first start. That is huge, huge, because you do not want to put anything in there incorrectly. You are going to be held liable legally wise. Okay. So you got to think about that. Think about that. It's very crucial. Do you have a mentor program? Mentor programs are awesome. Just mind you, there will be a mentor fee. So you will be, that mentor that gets you through your couple of 1 to 2, 3 transactions, however many that mentor feels that they need to guide you in, right? They're going to get a percentage of your commission because they helped you through it. I mean, it's fair, right? That's fair. However, I feel like it's a great program. I feel like having a mentor is great because it actually helps you be able to do your business, work your business when you first get started and not miss a beat, right? It's great to have 2 eyes on a contract versus just one, especially when you start off. You need to be able to have that. How many real estate agents are in the office? That one's important because, again, you want to know how many people are getting fed leads, right? I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna be honest. You want to know how many people are being fed leads. That's crucial and important as well. Are there any meetings that are mandatory attendance? You need to know that too. How often do they have meetings, happy hours, lunch, and learn sessions, etc.? Definitely something you want to learn. What do you do to help promote your listings, the office, and your agents? What's going on behind the scenes? How are people hearing about them, your brokerage, to hear about you, right? Is a desk or a phone duty required for each agent? Now, look, if you're going to be in an office setting, there are some brokerages where they have a landline phone that people can actually contact that landline phone in an office, and they will have it to where they switch shifts. There's different shifts that are occurring in order to answer that phone. And that's just another way for you to gain more leads, right? So you want to know that, and you want to know how many hours a week you're going to be sitting in that office. And yeah, and be rotated. How many times am I going to be rotated? How many times? Like, how that's just more opportunity for you to gain more leads. How are you involved with surrounding communities? That is huge, right? You want to know what your brokerage is doing to be involved in the community. Being involved in the community, if you're going to be an agent, is huge. It's a really big thing. Really should really do that as much as possible. 100%. I myself am getting myself back involved in a lot of that because I kind of, stepped out for just a little bit, but I'm getting myself back. What are your expectations of me for me? What are your expectations for me? You want to know what the broker wants from you. Like, what am I required to have so many, days in the office? Am I required to have so many uh closings in so many months or so many in the first year? Like, what are their requirements of you? You need to know that. Can you describe the atmosphere of the office? I think that one's huge because you want to know if that's going to be a great setting for you, if you're going to do well in that office space. So knowing what the office space is, you want to be around like-minded people, right? I mean, that's in life in general. You want to be around like-minded people. People are like they're in that office and they want to grow and they want to better themselves and they want to get their business up in the air, like really moving forward and up and up and up and up. And that's what you want. That's the office you want to be in, right? Or if you just want to work like kind of part-time, or if you want to just have this many, you have to set your own goals and your own ambition in your business. So, but also knowing what that atmosphere is going to help you understand if you're going to get there or not, right? What is possible to get a tour, or would it be possible? Sorry if I can't read again. Would it be possible to get a tour of the brokerage and meet some of the agents and staff? That's huge. Definitely want to show up at the office. Definitely want to meet people, be around people, and see what's going on there, especially when you're brand new. Can I have the phone numbers of 3 to 5 agents who work in the office? I think that is one of the best questions ever. Let me tell you why. Because if you can talk to those other agents and ask them why they like being with that broker, and if they enjoy being with that broker and what that broker has offered them in their business and their growth, that's huge, right? That is huge. You want to know what's happening. You want to know if that is where you need to be. So, in getting to know those other agents, because you're going to probably be sitting in the office with them, you need to know who they are. And even sit in a training session or a team meeting. That's awesome too. And let's see. What's the other one that I wanted to bring up too? When it comes to brokerages, you want to know where the office is, right? You want to know because okay, oh, another one. The association of realtors. There are so many, and each broker uses either a select few or one or two of those associations, and their agents have to also be with that association. So that's going to be your MLS dues. Okay. That is what you need to find out as well. You need to know what MLS that they're utilizing, what MLS options that you have with which associations that you have that you can use being with that brokerage. That is huge, right? You need to know this stuff. So, also, let's go into, I've got a little bit more time. One more thing before we go. I want you guys to know that your application needs to be done, right? You need to get your application done for your real estate to get a license. You also need to, when you find out what broker you want to be, join, right? You want to be under, you need to make sure that that is being recorded and put in Trek, right? Huge. So make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know how to do it. They will teach you. They will show you how to do that. So yes, that is something that you need to make sure you're doing. Also, if you do not know, one of the biggest things too that you need to know is, let's see, where was it? Where is it? Okay. Agent, you have to get fingerprinted. Okay. So fingerprints. Oh, there it is. Okay. Get your fingerprints taken. Make sure you do that. You have to pass your background check, right? Then you submit your qualifying education and you take the exam, and then you find a sponsor. And all of this is on the TREC website. Okay. The Texas Real Estate Commission website is where you can find all of this. You go under become licensed, right? And you can get all this information on how to get started, how to take off after you have passed your classes, what classes you can take. And again, the requirements, that's right there, their application. There's an application status tracker too. You can also track that. You want to apply online or you can apply by mail with your application. I suggest doing online right here on the TREC website. So easy, right? So that was today's Real Estate Reality. I really hope that somebody out there that was listening was able to get some great inside information and education opportunities. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Till next time. Bye, everybody.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or